Hey, welcome to Guitar at Day. No funny languages today. And here's one for Stu. Oh, clean finger. Right. What I've got here is a 1996 G&L ASAT Special. Ash body, maple neck and board, clear forest green finish. Two magnetic field design pickups that people often confuse with P90s because they just look a little bit like that. You can see. Very nice grainy ash body. Medium weight guitar. This was the first guitar I bought after I moved to Malaysia in 1997. If we cast our minds back to 97, there was a major currency crisis in Southeast Asia, and the value of the Malaysian ringgit plummeted from about 250 to the US dollar, if I remember correctly, when I first moved here, to about 4 to the US dollar. Actually, they went to 4.5, and then they put a peg in at 3.8. So while that free fall was happening, I suddenly realised that as I was earning money in ringgit, saving it wasn't really achieving anything. But there was still lots and lots of guitars around to be had that were still priced at the the pre-currency plummet type prices. So one particular store in town had a bunch of G&L guitars, a place called Combo Mix that was then the Yamaha dealer, that's since gone out of business. And they had a bunch of G&L guitars, and they were all priced around 2,000 Malaysian ringgit, which at that time was pretty much 500 US dollars or thereabouts, which is a pretty good price for a USA made guitar, even getting on for 20 years ago. And at the time I was very active on the Telecaster discussion page on the internet, and a lot of guys there were talking about G&L, so I went and tried them out. Well, cut a long story short, this was my first G&L purchase. See, it's got a couple of fancy appointments, well, one fancy appointment. There's this sort of mother of toilet seat imitation pearloid scratch plate. And one thing that's happened to this thing over the years is that scratch plate has bowed up. So it's now actually doming up slightly between the pickups. It'll be a constant theme of this series of videos. The Malaysian climate is not kind to guitars. Also, another thing that happened to this guitar over the years, the neck never stabilised. It seemed almost every time I picked the guitar up, the action had gone up, the neck had bowed forward a little bit, and I had to put another quarter turn on the truss rod. And this kept going on for years. And at the time I was also active on the G&L discussion page. And one of the guys on the G&L discussion page was Dave McLaren, who's the managing director of BBE, who are the parent company of G&L. And eventually I just ran out of adjustment on the truss rod on the guitar, and it was still, the action was far too bad, the relief was far too great. He did the trick of holding the string down at the top and bottom frets and look at the amount of gap between the 7th fret and the string at the bottom of the E string. You could slide a plectrum underneath. Basically, it should only be about, the gap should be about the thickness of your B string. It shouldn't be the thickness of a 0.5 millimeter plectrum. So anyhow, I'd completely run out of adjustment, and I mentioned this, and Dave McLaren said, "Oh, well, have you got a washer in under the note?" I said, "No, there's no washer there." He said, "Okay, we'll send you a couple." So he put a couple of those in the mail to me, and I put them on, and that gave me a bit more adjustment room on the truss rod. But it carried on. I mean, the neck just never settled. It was as though it was just soaking up all the moisture in the atmosphere, and it just went completely soft. So after maybe another year of this, one day pick the guitar up, the action's gone out of whack again. Try and go and put some more turns on the truss rod, and bang, the truss rod broke. Oh, okay. So I sent a private message across to Dave McLaren and said, hey Dave, the truss rod just went. He said, okay, well you're the original purchaser, we know you got it from a dealer, so you're under warranty. I'll make sure there's a neck on the next ASAT production run earmarked for you. Go into the dealer and file a warranty claim. So I actually went into Combo Mix and explained the situation to him, and said, just give me a dealer warranty form. Dave's told me what to write on it. So I wrote for the attention of Dave McLaren and blah 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 blah. Gave him the details of the guitar and what have you, because they had to put a different neck pocket on it, or build the neck specifically for the neck pocket on this, because by the time this was happening, they had changed to the 4-bolt neck construction, whereas you can see this is a pre-98 guitar, and it's got the 3-bolt neck plate, and it's even got one of the black ones on there, which means they were still using up some parts from the original broadcaster production, I guess. So 3 months go by and my neck toe shows up, and I took the old neck off, and that got sent back to G&L so they could try and figure out what went wrong. And I had a local guitar repair guy cut the nut slots for me, and this neck's been on there ever since. So this guitar has actually got a neck on it that's about 5 years newer than the rest of the guitar is. So for that reason I call it Hollywood. No, clear forest green ASAT, 3-bolt neck. So what do these pickups sound like, these MFD pickups? Well, they look like P90s-ish if you squint, but they're not. The reason they call them magnetic field design is I believe that they shape the magnetic field so that they could use less coils on the pickup to get a similar amount of output. So this is the neck pickup through the clean channel of the Lady IRT20 again. The middle position. And the bridge position. So what does it sound like with a bit of gain? So on the crunch channel of the Lady IRT20, go on to the middle position. Sorry, I washed my hands this morning, can't do a finger. So on the neck pickup, as you can hear, this is a very bright guitar. This is with the tone wide open. So scratchy pots. So if I roll the tone off, bridge pickup again. Roll the tone off on that. the strap's gone away. So it does sound very telling. So there we have it, a 1996 clear forest green G&L ASAT Special, 3-bolt neck, C-profile neck, maple board, medium jumbo frets, Spursel tuners, which is unusual for G&L. Again, this guitar's got quite a mishmash of hardware on it. The bridge, the locking bridge, is the appointment I'd expect. The black neck plate, not so much. And the Spursel machines, again, this seems to be some sort of transitional instrument. This seems to be some sort of transitional instrument between the broadcaster production and the later ASAT production. Although I think in G&L, especially in that era, they were still doing everything by hand. This was before they brought the CNC machines in, and I suspect that they were doing a lot of mixing and matching and just putting things together with what they had to hand. So there you have it, guitar at day. Cheers guys.